Weighed in on the city's budget, engaged residents voicing their vision for Durham, and an important streetscape project whose time has come. We invite you to join us now as we take you inside City Hall this week. Hello, I'm Amy Blaylock. Welcome to City Hall this week, dedicated to keeping you informed about what's going on inside Durham City Hall. Many of you are taking advantage of the numerous opportunities to weigh in on next year's city budget, and the City Council wants to keep hearing your input. The 2012-2013 budget is in development right now, and people voiced their opinions on what they think the spending priorities should be during a public hearing on March 5th. Conducting the hearing supports the engaged community objective of the city's strategic plan. A second public hearing will be held on the budget on June 4th. If you couldn't attend the public hearing, there are still other chances for you to have your voice heard. 2 final Coffee with Council meetings will be held at the following locations. Saturday, March 10th from 10 a.m. to noon at the Lion Park Community Family Life and Recreation Center, and Monday, March 12th from 6 to 8:30 p.m. at the Durham Public Schools Resource Center. The final budget will be approved on June 18th. Another way residents have had their say during the budget development process, as well as the direction of the city in general, is through a community engagement workshop held on March 3rd. The workshop was held at the Holton Career and Resource Center to give participants a chance to offer input on the budget and on the initiatives included in the city's strategic plan.
The strategic plan is the city's roadmap that outlines where we are currently and where we're going. It is a tool that helps us engage in data-driven decision-making, which is how we are currently doing business and how we will be doing business in the future.
Which is why the feedback from residents during the workshop was so important.
The Citizen Engagement Workshop is being held as an opportunity for our citizens to take a look at the initiatives and also help us with the prioritizing of the initiatives. Now, we're real excited. This is actually the 3rd workshop we've had associated with the strategic plan. First one, we really looked at plan alignment. Last year, we looked at the dashboard and got a lot of great input from our citizens. And this year, it's about prioritizing the initiatives. So it's a really great opportunity for them.
As participants weighed in on what the city's areas of focus should be over the next few years, they also got a chance to tie those priorities to how they think resources should be allocated.
Today's workshop is really important as it pertains to next year's budget, because what we'll be doing is, as budget submissions come in, all of the new initiatives must tie very closely to one of the city's 5 goals as a part of the strategic plan. And the ones that tie closely will have special consideration when funding is decided. Some of these initiatives may be a year out, some may be 2 or 3 years out. So even though we may be prioritizing today, you might not see those results until a couple years down the road.
New this year as part of the workshop, participants used handheld devices to register their opinions.
Sure. Well, the clickers are actually, it's called an audience response system, and these 100 clickers were purchased from by Parks and Rec several months ago, and this is actually our first major event where we'll get to use them. So today what will happen is the citizens in small groups will talk about prioritizing the initiatives associated with each of the goals, and after they have a small group discussion, individually then they will have a chance to be polled. And we will ask them to vote on their top 2 initiatives. In real time, it will display the results through graphs and charts, and everything is done anonymously. And then at the end of the day, we actually will be able to put together a report to show what those priorities were. So it's going to be a real cool interactive system, and we hope the citizens have a lot of fun using it.
The information gathered during the workshop will be considered by the strategic plan implementation team as priorities are set over the next few months. During the workshop, members of the Citizens Oversight Committee were recognized for their work on behalf of the Durham community.
The Citizens Oversight Committee is a group of volunteers who attended the engagement workshop last year. that were interested enough to give their time to help the strategic plan get deployed and make it understandable to the citizens of the city.
The mission of the 12-member committee was primarily to focus on the strategic plan's dashboard reporting system.
The charge of the committee was to work with the developers of the reporting system and really do quality assurance and review of all of the pages in the system to make sure that they were understandable and readable by all of the citizens of the city.
The committee saw many significant outcomes from its work, including making the dashboard system easier to navigate.
I think the best outcomes of the work of the committee were recommending that there be some how-to videos interspersed throughout the reporting system and giving people a way to understand how to navigate and really get the most out of the system.
Outcomes that spoke to the success of the committee overall.
I think the success of the committee and working with the city employees was that everybody really wanted to see a successful outcome. And because of that, people were really honest about what they liked and didn't like, and the employees were really responsive and able to really address all of the issues that came up.
An interactive report on Durham's progress toward the goals included in the strategic plan is now available on the city's website.
The type of information included in the report for this update cycle includes a hierarchy of steps, outcome measures, objective and intermediate measures, and initiatives that support the 5 goals that have been approved by the City Council. And specifically, a resident can see information on the number of potholes that have been repaired at the city, the status of the Neighborhood Improvement Index or the NBI model, mean and median income, and information on the bond rating, information such as that.
An updated report will be released every 6 months in February and in August as part of the city's promise to be transparent and accountable to its residents.
It's important that this report be updated every 6 months for 2 reasons. One, to make sure that we're providing the most current information to the residents as possible, but 2, to make sure that we have time to vet the information. So in other words, we need time, the staff needs time to ensure that the data has integrity. And in order to be able to do that, we need sufficient enough time to review the information.
To date, of the 25 total outcome measures in the plan, 9 are meeting or exceeding target, 8 are slightly below target, 1 is below target, and the remaining 7 have a target pending or no current data available. Just some of the information available through the report, which has seen some significant changes since the last update.
I think 3 things that are different from the last time that we published the report would be of interest to residents. One, the initiatives and the objective measures and outcome measures have been better aligned to ensure that we have better transparency and that the residents can hold the staff more accountable. And I think that will be of interest to the residents. 2, the initiatives have changed. We began with 37 initiatives. We currently have 51 initiatives, and so that demonstrates that the staff have been working very hard. And thirdly, the standard format for the initiative page has been changed. The staff has been working really hard on improving or working on the initiatives, and we also developed this page to ensure 2 things. One, that the information would be simple to view and that it would be concise. We could convey a lot of information in a very simple format. So those 3 things, realigning all of the measures to better demonstrate how we're going to accomplish our goals, the increase in the initiatives, and the development of the standard initiative page.
For more information about the strategic plan, visit durhamnc.gov/strategic plan. Besides incorporating the input from the Community Engagement Workshop, another way the priorities for the strategic plan are developed is through the results of the Resident Satisfaction Survey. 401 households out of 1,200 within the city completed the survey. The recently released results show that overall satisfaction has improved since the 2009 survey. 82% of residents rated the city as an excellent or good place to live, and 77% rated the city as an excellent or good place to work. The ratings from the 2009 survey were 78% and 75% respectively. The purpose of the biannual survey is to assess resident satisfaction with city-provided services and to gather input from residents about issues facing the community. Areas that influence overall perceptions of Durham ranked highly with respondents. 76% are satisfied with the quality of life in their neighborhood, 70% are satisfied with the quality of services provided by the city, and 68% are satisfied with the overall quality of life in the city. Fire protection and rescue services continue to show the highest satisfaction. 85% are happy with the quality of fire protection and rescue services, and 85% are satisfied with the proximity of fire stations. The three major areas of city services that residents think should receive the most emphasis over the next 2 years are the maintenance of Durham streets, the quality of police protection, and the flow of traffic. Full results of the survey are now available on the city's website. A plan to make sure that all Durham residents enjoy the economic benefits of the Southside Revitalization Project is now in place. Find out what it is and how it will work when City Hall This Week continues.
Tom?
Oh, good morning, Mike.
Try to get up, commute a little easier.
Hey, look over there. Leaving town?
Yeah, Durham just ain't what it used to be. At least not for us little bugs anyways.
Why's that?
Adopt a stop for one thing. Got a bunch of people adopting their own bus stop, making it all safe and clean. It's just way out of line.
Hey, pick that up.
Who, me? I'm a litter bug. See what I mean? I am so out of here.
Learn more about Adopt a Stop and how you can help keep Durham beautiful.
Welcome back. The city is making progress in handling at least 2 neighborhoods that had fallen under the failed and struggling developments category. The Lynn Hollow and Bay Point neighborhoods will be removed from the failed development listing and their street repairs addressed under the city's repaving program. The $22,000 construction security collected for the Lynn Hollow development is $115,000 less than what is needed to make the necessary street repairs. The city will absorb those costs, plus the $76,000 shortfall needed to repair the streets in the Bay Point development. The construction security collected for that neighborhood was $55,000. Action is also being taken regarding the Dunwoody development. The construction security was not collected there, and the estimated cost for repair of those streets is $21,000. The city is recommending that the residents of the subdivision pay for those repairs. That plan is being presented to the residents in the Dunwoody neighborhood and will be brought to council for consideration at the next work session. A plan to make sure that low-income Durham residents benefit from the Southside Redevelopment Project is now in place. The City Council adopted the city's Section 3 plan during its March 5th meeting. The Section 3 plan applies to certain projects financed by funds from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. It ensures that employment and other economic opportunities generated by the project be directed to low and very low income people, particularly those who receive government assistance for housing. This would apply to the Southside Revitalization Project for contractors or subcontractors that receive more than $100,000 in contracts. If that contractor has the need to hire new people to complete the work, they are required to direct their newly created employment to Section 3 residents. Section 3 residents are defined as people who live in the service area where a federally assisted project is located. These residents also have a household income less than 80% of the area median income. For Durham, the city limits are defined as the Section 3 service area. In an effort to better provide oversight of the plan as it pertains to Southside, a Section 3 coordinator has been hired for 6 months. The coordinator will provide outreach to the community, especially to Southside, and create a database of Section 3 residents. If and when opportunities come up for employment in the Southside community, contractors will be required to check the database first to find qualified residents. The city has a new proactive rental inspection program. The City Council approved the plan during its March 5th meeting. The new ordinance will ensure that rental properties in 13 square miles of central Durham receive regular housing code inspections. The new program includes required inspections for properties within the target area. They can also be completed if the Neighborhood Improvement Services Department knows of violations or receives complaints about the property. A significant waterline project gets underway in Durham. Find out how it could affect you when City Hall This Week continues.
Without gun violence, people are whole. Without gun violence, families are intact. Without gun violence, communities are solid. Without gun violence, futures are secure.
Together, we can reverse the effects of gun violence in our community.
Join Project Safe Neighborhoods campaign in the fight against gun crime.
A message from the City of Durham Police Department.
Get on board the Bull City Connector, a fare-free route connecting Durham from the innovation of Duke to the history of downtown to the creativity of Golden Belt. The Bull City Connector is fare-free, frequent, and fun, connecting visitors, business travelers, students, and downtown workers to key destinations in and around Durham. So get on board the Bull City Connector Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to midnight, plus Saturdays and holidays. For more information, call 485-RIDE or visit bullcityconnector.org.
Welcome back. The Andrew Driver Corridor Streetscape Improvement Project is moving forward.
The Andrew Driver Corridor Streetscape Project is a project that was conceived back in 2008, where the City of Durham, in conjunction with Public Works, met with the citizens in Northeast Central Durham. We had approximately 4 meetings, and through those 4 meetings we came up with design plans that we thought would make the corridor very attractive for residents as well as businesses. We're finally at the stage now where we're looking to rebid the project out.
In order to cover all expenses associated with the project, the City Council approved moving $471,000 left over from the Liggett Streetscape to the Andrew Driver project. It also approved adding $84,000 to the current design contract to go toward construction design services.
The reason why money was moved from the Liggett project was the Liggett project is now over. There were some extra dollars that could be moved over to the Andrew Driver project. The Andrew Driver project, back in September 12, we solicited bids in September 2011, and we found that the bids were quite high. So in order to bring the citizens a finished product and a completed project, what we needed to do was to revalue the scope of work.
The reduction keeps the commercial component intact, but reduces the residential impact of the project.
The Andrew Driver Streetscape project is going to look similar to what we see in downtown Durham. The scope of the project was basically from on the Driver Street side from Ash Street to Peabody, and that's where the reduction is going to take place. Is that instead of extending from Ash to Peabody Street, we're going to reduce the project where it goes from Peabody to the back of Joe's Diner. So essentially the business corridor is where we're going to see the major focus of this particular project.
Despite those changes, the project is still expected to benefit residents and businesses alike in the Andrew Driver corridor.
The project, once it's completed, hopefully what it would do is attract additional businesses to the area. In Northeast Central Durham, it's an area that is really going on major revitalization at this particular time and moment. We have a lot of folks that are into single home ownership that are coming to the particular area. And based upon a RKG study report that we did with the community back in 2006, essentially what they said was that in order for our community to be vibrant and more walkable, what we need is a business corridor that is thriving. So a thriving business corridor will essentially bring more business to the area, which would allow people to come, and it'd be a more walkable area, sort of a user-friendly area.
Construction on the streetscape project is expected to begin in December. Durham is making another significant investment in the city's infrastructure through a major water and sewer improvements project. $1.6 million will be spent on the construction of water and sewer lines throughout the city. Funding for the project is available from the Water and Sewer Extension and Improvement Fund. We have an update on the Main Street water line project and how it could affect you over the coming months.
The City of Durham has two water mains that come out of our treatment plant up on Hillendale Road. Two large mains, a 12-inch and a 20-inch that were installed more than 100 years ago. That carry the water into and through downtown. They've served us well, but they are in need of replacement. We have completed Phase 1 project, which installed a 36-inch water line from our plant down to the Main Street in Rutherford near Irwin Square office building. Phase 2 project, which has started a couple of weeks ago, will pick up the main there at Rutherford, go all the way down Main Street to Peabody Buchanan intersection on Main, as well as go back and pick up some smaller mains on 9th, Iredell, and Hillsborough Road as we tie back into the existing distribution system.
The contractor had originally planned to start at 9th Street near Perry Street. Because of some changes in the NCDOT's plans to replace the Main Street Bridge over Campus Drive, the project has started at Rutherford and Main Streets instead.
We'll do the water main on Main Street first, then pick up 9th and Perry Street. Perry and 9th are much smaller mains, so it should go pretty quickly.
Traffic will be affected by the work on West Main Street, even though the street will remain open.
West Main Street primarily is 4 lanes, 2 lanes in each direction. As our contractor works through there, they will be taking up the northern 2 lanes of Main Street, which will push the traffic to the southern 2 lanes, 1 lane in each direction. As they accomplish certain sections, they'll restripe it and reopen those sections of road back to the 4-lane section. Our contractor will maintain at least 1 lane of traffic in each direction, though, through the construction.
As part of the project, the city has acquired property from Duke University where West Main Street goes over Campus Drive.
The 2 existing mains, the 12-inch and 20, that are up over 100 years old, are actually hung from the bottom of the bridge that carries the Main Street traffic over Campus Drive. In order for those water lines to be taken off, our new main needs to be put in and made live. One of the first aspects that DOT will undertake is to demolish the water mains and then the bridge. The size of the new water main was such that we couldn't find a location there on the bridge. Land to the south is all owned by the North Carolina Railroad. To the north is Duke University. We were able to negotiate a 30-foot wide water line easement through a portion of Duke campus to go out and around the new bridge footprint.
Since the current water lines are attached to the bridge that will be replaced, the city and the state will share the cost of relocating those portions of the water lines. For more information on the Waterline project, a new project page has been set up on the city's website. If you've noticed a change in the taste, smell, and color of your water, don't be alarmed. The city has temporarily changed its water disinfection method until the end of the month. To comply with state and federal regulations, ammonia won't be added as part of the water treatment process until April 1st. Crews are flushing chlorine throughout the entire system during phases as they work toward the center of the city. This means you may notice an increase in the chlorine taste and smell, as well as a minor discoloration in your water while the work is being done in your neighborhood. If the discoloration doesn't clear up quickly, contact the city's Water Management Department at 560-4344. Calling all artists. The city wants to hear from you. Find out why when City Hall This Week continues.
Every child is curious. George, look what I found. Turn their curiosity into a lifelong love of learning. Create a curious reader. This is super bedtime reading. Share a book together today. Visit read.gov.
For every one of these spots, there are at least 5 to 24 others for you to use. Many folks think that people with disabilities are getting special treatment with these parking spaces, but it's really a safety issue, not a convenience. Many drivers backing out of a parking space can't see a person with a disability. Remember, accessible parking is a civil right built on safety. For more information, call the Americans with Disabilities Act Information Center at 800-949-4232.
Yeah, I'm almost there. I just gotta find that cross street.
Whoa! Stop!
Solid waste collection employees have the 5th highest fatality rate in the United States, but there are other people who care about them.
He's my husband.
He's my brother.
He's my dad.
He's my son.
Be alert, watch the road, and slow down to get around. This message is brought to you by the National Solid Waste Management Association and the Occupational Safety and Health Administration.
Tom?
Oh, good morning, Mike.
Try data, commute a little easier.
There's a place, not so far away, a place where you don't have to keep the volume down. You'll find all sorts of creatures in this place without have to. The silly you, the proud you. You may even meet the curious you.
It's tickling me! You!
Ask your parents to take you to this not so far away place. Come to the forest, where the other you lives. But first, stop by discovertheforest.org.
Without gun violence, people are whole. Without gun violence, families are intact. Without gun violence, communities are solid. Without gun violence, futures are secure.
Together, we can reverse the effects of gun violence in our community.
Join Project Safe Neighborhoods campaign in the fight against gun crime.
A message from the City of Durham Police Department.
Welcome back. The City of Durham is issuing a call to all artists. If you want to have your work displayed in public areas, here's your chance. The city is looking for proposals for new works of art in support of the Cultural Master Plan Public Art Pilot Project Initiative. Projects must lead to the creation of new works of art or decorative art designed for permanent display in public spaces. A total of $25,000 is available to support one or more projects. Preference will be given to projects in the general downtown area and in neighborhoods designated as target neighborhoods by the city's Office of Economic and Workforce Development. The request for proposal form is available on the city's website, and the application deadline is March 29th at 4:30 p.m. That does it for this edition of City Hall This Week. Be sure to like DTV8 on Facebook and follow us on Twitter to find out how you can tune into this show, City Life, and all the city's programming. You can also find us on demand on the city's YouTube channel and city's website at durhamnc.gov/DTV8. I'm Amy Blaylock. Thank you for joining us for City Hall This Week.